Robert Bob Howard Jr. has served his community as a lawyer, judge, and civic leader for over 3 decades. He's also a popular stand-up comedian, helping us look at local issues from a humorous perspective. He's been president or board chair of many significant community groups, and with his long-term view of a near lifetime in Scottsdale, has been instrumental in establishing programs that benefit education, low-income families, and baseball fans, just to name a few. Born in Brooklyn, New York at the height of the baby boom, Bob moved with his family to Arizona in 1959 and to Scottsdale in 1966, where he started his sophomore year at Coronado High School. At Coronado, he played in the Dons Band, was president of the National Honor Society, and was a member of the De Molay. Typical of teens in the 1960s, he was in a band, the Paleozoic Sunflower, that played gigs at the Masonic Hall. He also became a lifelong member of the Scottsdale Presbyterian Church and began to play tennis. His community service, work ethic, and zest for life were surely influenced by his father, Bob Sr., who was the teaching tennis pro at John Gardner's Tennis Ranch after retiring from Mountain Bell, and his mother Helen, who served on the Friends of the Library Board and worked as secretary to the superintendent of Scottsdale schools. Bob learned time management at an early age. While attending Arizona State University as a commuter student, he worked for the Scottsdale School District delivering films to schools and spent summers as a firefighter in remote parts of Arizona. He continued his studies at ASU, earning his law degree in 1976. After serving briefly as an associate attorney in a Valley law firm, he joined Jekyll and Howard in 1978 and became a partner in 1980. He currently serves as a managing partner of Jekyll, Howard & Thompson, concentrating on family law. Building on his community involvement that began at Coronado High, Bob joined the Scottsdale Bar Association and served as its president in 1985. Mayor Drinkwater recruited him for the Scottsdale Airport Advisory Commission in 1984, where he served as chair for 2 terms. One of the commission's key actions during that time was to recommend increased security at the airport in order to land revenue-generating charter flight business. He was also appointed as City of Scottsdale Judge Pro Tem in the 1980s and continues to serve in that part-time role. One of the perks of being a judge is the authority to conduct weddings. Bob estimates he's married over 200 couples, including his longtime law partner, Lou Jekyll, and his wife, Karen Whitmer. When Scottsdale leadership was recruiting for its first class in 1986, Bob Howard was a natural choice. After graduating from Class 1, Bob served on the leadership board. As its president in 1992, was honored with the Frank Hodges Alumni Achievement Award in 1999, and served as MC of Leadership's 20th anniversary event in 2006. Bob was elected to the board of the Partners for the Paiute Neighborhood Center shortly after it opened in the mid-1990s. As president of the board, he initiated a fundraising breakfast that has become an annual event. He was also instrumental in establishing a monthly legal assistance program at the Paiute Neighborhood Center, through which members of the Scottsdale Bar Association provide free legal service to low-income area residents. He was honored as the Family Law Assistance Program Volunteer of the Year in 2000 and was named one of the top 50 pro bono attorneys in Arizona in 2008 by the Arizona Bar Association. Bob, a successful product of the Scottsdale education system, has supported education and youth programs in many ways. He served on the board of the Scottsdale Education Foundation for 5 years and was the board's president in 1999. He served on his son's soccer league board and coached Little League. He also helped educate Scottsdale residents on local issues as a community columnist for the Scottsdale Tribune. Bob became a member of the Scottsdale Charros in 1985. He served on both baseball negotiating committees, writing contracts that assured a long-term relationship among the city of Scottsdale, the Charros, and the San Francisco Giants for spring training at Scottsdale Stadium. When he noticed that students invited to the Charros adult spring training luncheon were a little bored, he suggested a kids-only lunch, which generated lots of enthusiasm and sponsorships. The first Scottsdale Charros Kids Lunch was held at the Indian Bend Wash Fields at Camelback and Hayden, included 10 students from each Scottsdale school, and featured Giants manager Dusty Baker as speaker. Now an annual part of spring training, the Charros Youth Luncheon includes students from area schools for lunch, baseball clinics, and motivational talks by San Francisco Giants team players and managers. Two other tense situations occurred during Bob's involvement with the Charros in baseball. He and his son Corey were at the World Series in Candlestick Park when the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake struck. And as Charro baseball chair, he weathered the baseball strike of 1990, which partially canceled spring training. In addition to his baseball leadership, Bob also helped the Charros host the Scottsdale Open Professional Tennis Tournament in the late 1980s. He's a veteran of 18 Charro trail runs, was honored as the Charro of the Year in 1988, and received the Dave Hallstrom Life Award in 2002. Bob is also the Poet Laureate of the Charros, known for his descriptive post-trail ride poems. Everyone loves a good lawyer joke, especially Bob. At the suggestion of a friend, he enrolled in a stand-up comedy class in the 1990s taught by the late Louis Russo, who became his friend and mentor. Bob began performing at local comedy clubs and charity events and was chosen as funniest person in the Valley in 2001, a contest held at the former Backstage restaurant. He continues to perform around the Valley, balancing his serious day jobs as attorney and judge with a not-so-serious sideline of providing humor when we need it most. He and Kathy, their blended families, and wide circle of friends love to share good times and make the most of living life to the fullest in Scottsdale, Arizona. Thanks to Bob Howard's many professional and civic actions, Scottsdale is a great place to live, work, raise a family, and have fun.